Are we done over here yet? Nearly.
Just a reminder that the permit for this route...
Keep on going. Right. Technology Nexus. This is our tech tree.
Your vitals are within acceptable limits.
Thank you, Adam.
However, I advise against staying in 0G too long.
We're not even in 0G. I've not gone to the space station. I'm just phoning you, okay? You muppet. AI is not smart in this game as it was in the previous one. This is our tech tree. We'll talk about how we expand these a bit later, but essentially I spend expertise points that I get through various research resources to pick out various perks that I want. So I have some perks in agriculture. I get 10% more production from agriculture facilities. I've got this one. My luxury food workshops don't use beef, which is goddamn expensive, especially in a future world. Why is anyone allowed to keep cows anymore? I can't imagine in a future world where climate exchange is out of control, why aren't we allowed to have cows? But there we go. We don't use cows. All of our guys, they use rice farms instead of beef farms to make the luxury food. And we get more bonus in agricultural things. Shut up. You bid on your own each other's stuff if you want to. Just leave me out of it. We have bonuses in the biotech area. We have bonuses in the power area. I don't do much with heavy industry.
Please give my greetings to my former lead engineer the next time you attend the council. Contacting her through the net has been next to impossible.
The internet doesn't work in the future, Adam? Send her a letter. Write her. Have you got arms? Write her a letter. I don't know. Anyway, we can talk a bit more like that when we go to the space station about how that works, but essentially that's what it is.
No more danger of sinking.
There you go. We've pumped it clean. We've spent a bit more iridium. We've got 2,615.
Well done, Moses.
We spent 100. There we go. So this is now nice.
He's not going to like these pumps. But what's he going to do besides waggle his finger?
Okay.
Organising the Tundra was his idea, after all. The other custodians are keen to redirect settlers over to my jurisdiction, but not on my watch. I'm only authorising specialists. We'll need a team of experts to combat the virus.
That's right, Esther.
This will go down well at head office.
Shush. Butting in. So, what Esther's talking about is that they want to... sometimes, in a flooded world, land's at a premium and people want to start moving over here and building cities. But she says it's too soon. And she's right because, we haven't cleared the area yet. Next, she's also talking about Howard. So Howard, there are three main custodians we know about. There's Howard, there's Villy, and there's Esther. And they run the Arctic custodian thing generally, but Howard's kind of in charge. Howard is not a very... Howard is not a nice guy particularly. She said earlier about why Howard has a problem with us. The reason Howard has a problem with us on his own is because Howard is a penis. That's the reason. He's not a very nice man. He didn't like us turning up in the Arctic and building things, which I can understand. But then we have saved his butt multiple times and assisted with construction projects and things to improve the Arctic custodianship. And he still complains. He still makes snarky comments about things. So Howard can go shut up his ample backside. He doesn't like the fact that pumps are being used around here. He's a bit of an eco-Nazi. He's... We don't care. This needs to be done. We need to improve this region. This being flooded is not helpful to the environment. Okay, so we're going to keep on pumping out all of these. We're going to clear them all out. There we go. Yes, Esther. We're going to clear them all out. And in the meantime, we can write access to this building site here. This mining site. How many mining sites do we have? We need 2, I think, because to make... this, we need nanochips. Nanochips are made from tungsten, so we need a tungsten mining site and a cobalt mining site. And right now, I should have picked this one, shouldn't I? No, it wouldn't have made a difference. I've only got one mining site here. And I haven't got enough resources.
Next, astronaut team.
Or do I? Do I have enough resources to build both? I can't run them both. Oh, I'm down on constructor bots. Why am I down on constructor bots? What are they all being used for? Are they being used for this? Oh crap. Okay. Change of plan. Let's go to the temperate region. That'd be nice. We'll make some more constructor bots over here. They're used for many things, but for some reason I've never really needed that many of them. So having a massive expandable factory isn't really important. Where it is right now, though, it's one of the first things I built. It's probably buried in the middle of a mega city. And we have to move it somewhere else. So let's have a little look. So here we have proper cities. Actually, not a proper city. That's just a city of peasants. Where's a proper city? Here we go. Here's the first island I was on. Go away. These are the sort of buildings we're up to now. These are the sort of highest level of society people that we have around here. And all the resources they need to get on with it. But we don't care about them. What we care about is this factory here. This is our robot assembly hall. And we're going to move it. It's going to grab it and we're going to drag it somewhere else. To one of my other islands. And we're going to expand it very slightly. Is there room there? No, I seem to remember the expansion zone for this is quite big. Sorry if I'm making you feel slightly nauseous doing this. We'll whip it around like that. Build it in here. That cost a bit of money to move it, but apart from that, we're fine. Let's build another assembly line. Oh, damn, we can't fit it in. Stick it on the end there. What is this being made out of?
That was an unpredictable variable.
It's being made out of cobalt and nanoceramics. Now, I have a mine for nanoceramics. It is over here. And it's not... We can expand that, so here it is. No, that's the cobalt one. There we go. Like that. Balance is taking a bit of a hit now, actually. Our balance is being affected by more things we're building, which cost upkeep. But also I think the share price is having a bit of a problem. I might have to manage that at some point. See how low that gets. Look at the shares. Oh, these guys are... So, how well companies that you own fare affects you as well. So, we're having a bit of suffering here. We'll worry about that later. I might have to put some more tax-paying people in place. Anyway, that's for I'll put that off screen, that kind of thing. Let's put another cobalt mining module in here. Can I improve this slightly? Okay, let's talk about logistics quickly. Over here. Shut up, you lady. Woman with the most annoying voice in the entire universe.
I should be a sponsor.
Shut up, get over there.
I do love 21st century classics.
Right, so logistics is obviously vehicles. That's the technical name for transporting things around. The further you are away from your main port, the more logistic costs it costs to move things around. Now that doesn't just mean physical distance in terms of how, as far as the crow flies, it's how far the road is. If you make a big circuitous road connection, it's going to cost a lot more to get goods transported across. Now we have logistics for the entire sector, so there's a number of ways of dealing with having production facilities far away from your main port. One is to say sod it and just ignore it, okay? Because I can take up the slack with my logistics power over here, okay? Second method is to build these units here. So my logistics cost is 5. Now it's 3. Okay. The other way of doing it is to build transport facilities, if I can find one, which are basically lorry stands. This one here, and this provides more logistics in the nearby area. You can see the blue lines it's covering. This costs maintenance and people and power. So you use a mixture of all of them as required to deal with it. Okay. Enough about that. Logistics is more or less of a problem in different places. In big open areas like these zones, the temperate zones is not usually so bad. How big your islands are can make a difference, and things like the Arctic and the Tundra, it can be a little bit more different. And we haven't even covered the moon yet. But we now have an excess of 10. Let's bump the microphone around, why don't we? We're in excess of 10 robots. So we're going to send them over here. In fact, we're going to make it up to here. We're going to be minus 10 here.
Review. Transfer route.
Spare stocks are now going to be taken from our storage that we have here until that runs out, which is fine because I've got loads of them in storage, loads of spare robots. But it does mean that to keep up with it, eventually we're going to keep on demands for robots, so we should have another facility over here. So let's put another production line, and that probably means we need another more resources coming in. Logistics is fine. Power's a little high, so let's build a power. Let's build some accumulators to reduce our power cost. We don't need more maintenance. That's about the only thing we can reduce really is that. How's the money looking? Creeping downwards slowly. Everything else is fine though. How are we doing for raw materials? We need more. Okay, now at some point in the future we're not going to need these anymore, but they will get directed somewhere else. One of the main things you can do next to sort of the next level of game, although the official main part of the game is over, is doing things like building corporation headquarters up here, which is a lot more people, and there's an even further one where we can build the future level of society, which is technically very difficult. We might cover that later, possibly, depending on how much you like the series and whether we want to do anything more like that. But those steps ahead and colonising all the islands and making lots of people is very intensive in resources. So at some point we're going to have pretty much every mine being used. So although it seems a bit excessive now, it's fine. It's going to be needed in the future anyway, even when the tundra is nice and settled and we stop expanding over there. How is this getting on? It's getting there. I guess this is where we're using the construction bots, isn't it? If we didn't have enough construction bots, progress would still continue, but at a slower rate. You've got to have some coming in, though. Should we do a quest? I wonder what quest it is.
Challenge.
A bit of money.
Warning. Unfulfilled demand
Second.
for specific consumer products.
Yes, Adam. I know. He's going to say that every time. Mysterious Woman is about the second most annoying person in the entire game. It depends on what she's saying. So, what she wants to do is attach a helicopter to our command aircraft and tow it back to the spaceport. She gives us 68,000 money. Right. Where is our helicopter? Here it is. Let's go and grab it. So these little drones here, they're very cool, aren't they? I always loved these in Anno 2070. They were used as combat units in Anno 2070. They were mostly, you used ship-based combat in that game, and then the first flying vehicles you could make were sort of the end of the line as far as
Object attached.
the quality of troops that you could have, and they were very expensive to build and maintain, which is fine. War is generally expensive in games like this. Let's go and take it over here. They never implemented
On company share register.
aircraft by the way, here we go.
Placing bid is advisable.
Antitrust investigation. So by spending 15 influence, that trying to buy our stuff is gone. Okay, right. So combat was never really done very well in this game, and they have no flying vehicle combat at all. This is where I think Ubisoft probably abandoned the game and left it as a stub, which is a bit of a shame, really, because it was a good feature, and maybe they couldn't get it working. I didn't see the returns from the company. I don't know.
Not bad. The analysis shows your solution to be close to optimal.
Close to optimal. Good. I'm so glad.
You can get the drainage started now.
Okay, thank you, Esther. Your voice, in contrast to her, is just so much nicer. Right, where's this pump thing? Here it is. So, spend some iridium again. We've got the power. We haven't got the power.
Roger.
Why is this one more expensive in power? Things do escalate through the game, but I think that's a bit cheeky. Maybe there's more water.
Arriving according to schedule.
Maybe there's more muddy water over there, I don't know. Okay, we need another pump yet. What we really need is the next level of power production system. Where can we put this? Where can we shove this? Logistics is not important for power.
Energy demand can no longer be met.
I'm aware, Adam. Logistics is not important for energy production facilities, because you're just sending it through the wires, I guess. I don't know. They say, apparently in the literature, they say that the roads contain superconductors, which is, again, materialistically, in terms of material science, that's pretty darn impressive. Room temperature superconductors is amazing. I'd love to have some of those. Despite the world having terrible problems with what do you call it?
Last sprint before the break, eh?
Ecological problems, obviously, science has continued apace. With some great new technology. In most of the levels, actually no, in the temperate zone, the vehicles are mostly hover cars and flying vehicles going around, and that's their answer, is that the superconductors in the road are what allows that to happen. This is obviously a wheeled vehicle. These guys are flying, and these guys are driving little buggies. So I guess we haven't got superconductors here, which would make more sense in an environment like this. But I guess it also, I guess we're still sending power. There's no power lines, so we're sending power through the road. Now, when can we build? Let's go ahead and build this. Let's build the. It's a long way from home. Okay, logistics are 40. Let's see what it goes down to when we finish building this. Let's connect up to the main road network. Down to 24. So this is using a lot of logistics. So we could put down a... I did not choose the best one here, did I really at all? We're going to have to build a facility, I think. Power is very low as well. This factory is using a lot of power. Let's expand this a bit more. Didn't build this very sensibly, did I really? But never mind. That's my modus operandi, isn't it? To build things not sensibly. To do everything not sensibly. That's how it works. So we could start doing this, though.
Quite the expansion, eh?
Indeed, Esther. We're expanding fast. There's no harm in doing that. Is that going to cost us spots? It is. So what's the balance like? So here we go. We continue to tweak things. That's how you build in the game. You tweak and you tweak. It all works better. We're going to put some more people down, because we're going to need them soon. Can we build community centres yet? We cannot. We double the number of people. We will get that once we have enough happy people.
All's well that ends well.
Shiny happy people. Are you bidding on my stuff again? Bugger off. Pests. There we go. Resources. How's the food doing? We're running short on fish. Need more tuna. I shouldn't think it is tuna.
New blueprints ready for implementation.
Whatever we're actually eating here, it's probably the equivalent of the rat of the sea, isn't it? Really, rather than the chicken of the sea. It's whatever's left, whatever's surviving in the polluted waters that we have. Anyway, are you enjoying it? I hope you are. I do enjoy the slow increase in advancing things and the little buildings and things around here. How are you? You guys have all got skidoos, haven't you? There's a little transport truck there. These are factories making, would you believe it, eyeballs and spare parts. There you go. Neuro implants. I'm sure they're not only eyeballs. I'm sure they do other replacement parts as well. But there you go. What else is happening over here? Not so much. Over here we have spaceports. You might have heard things about space launches happening at various times. So here we actually got two. Spaceports are needed for our space station, you'll be unsurprised to hear, which is where we send our scientists to do work and get us improvements in technology. You know what we do. And you have to have enough people, so launches happen every so often. You can see the timer here. Depending on how many people you've got living near your space station, the more of those sort of scientists you'll get on the space station. So this, in the Arctic, you get physicists. You can't get biologists in the Arctic. They don't like it. It's too cold. No, they're very regional. So in the temperate region you get biologists. In the Arctic you get physicists. From the moon you get moon engineers, and you get moon engineers, and I think from the tundra you get more physicists. So up here we can see loads of biologists, physicists and engineers up there doing very things. In fact, we're using up all our physicists. We've got no spare ones. They're all busy up there.